Hey, this is John with FixYourDirtBike.com, and this is how to inspect the cylinder on your 1994 through 2001 Yamaha YZ125. You can find my full top-end service video as well as parts and tools linked below. Clean your cylinder as thoroughly as you can without damaging the mating surfaces or bore. Remove all gasket material with a plastic scraper and smooth any pits or burrs with 600 grit emery paper. Check the cylinder head mounting studs. If you find a loose stud, retorque it along with the others when the cylinder is back on the bike. If carbon buildup is present in the bore, it will need to be deglazed. There are two methods of deglazing, depending on your cylinder wall material. Stock, this is an aluminum cylinder with Nicocil plating and can be carefully deglazed with a scouring pad. However, your cylinder may have been bored out and fitted with an iron sleeve, which can be deglazed with a ball hone. The definite way to tell is using a magnet. If it sticks, it's sleeved. With your cylinder cleaned and deglazed, inspect the water jackets, transfer ports, and exhaust valve subchamber for obstruction, wear, or damage. Clean the mating surface on the crankcase with a plastic scraper. Check the surface for smoothness and correct any pits or burrs. Check the mounting studs for tightness and thread condition. I am taking the extra time to polish the mating surfaces and remove as many casting marks as I can. This is not a necessary step, but I might have a little OCD. Lay your straight edge against two adjacent studs and try to fit a feeler gauge underneath. Record any found gaps. If you find any gaps, double check the surface for smoothness and try again. The warp limit for the cylinder is 0.0012 inches. If your cylinder is out of spec, it will need to be resurfaced at a machine shop. Before you measure the cylinder bore, visually inspect it. If you feel a defined lip on the top of the cylinder bore where the piston rings stop, or if the plating is chipped or damaged around the intake, exhaust, and transfer ports, it needs to be replated. This cylinder is in excellent condition considering the unusual wear on the piston. The intake side is slightly marked, but is still smooth, so I'm comfortable with reusing it as long as it's within spec. Draw out a chart to keep track of your measurements. Measure your cylinder at 3 locations. Yamaha does not provide a specific measurement depth. Without a specific location, I measure 10 mm from the top, the middle, and 10 mm from the bottom. Label these locations A, B, and C. Take measurements front to back and side to side. Measure, then re-measure, and write down all your measurements. All measurements should be between 54 and 54.014 millimeters. I am using a simple bore gauge and caliper method to measure my cylinder bore. I recommend this method as it is inexpensive and you can use your gauges and calipers for other inspections. A dial bore gauge will work, that's what it's for after all, but it's a one-trick pony and may not be worth the investment. When releasing the set screw on your bore gauge, do not let it snap back into full extension, it will be damaged. Wash your cylinder in hot, soapy water with a cylinder brush and dry with compressed air. Apply a thin coat of WD-40 to the cylinder walls to inhibit oxidation. If your piston and cylinder are measured within spec, now we need to ensure they are within spec in relation to each other. Fortunately, with an engine this small, all you need to do is subtract the largest cylinder measurement from the smallest piston measurement. The piston to cylinder clearance must be no greater than 0.004 inches. My piston and cylinder clearance came out to 0.006 inches, putting my old piston out of spec. My new piston clearance is 0.017, putting me dead center within spec for a new piston. If you need any help or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments or shoot me a DM. Thanks for watching,